Welcome to Gamage Facts, and today we're looking at the 10 best Assassin's Creed DLCs. For this list, we're looking at the best downloadable content from the Assassin's Creed series. What's your favorite mission in the Assassin's Creed franchise, DLC or otherwise? The underworld is full of kings, heroes, and legends that are all lost. The further we move in the Assassin's Creed franchise, the more elaborate the DLC becomes, and 2019 is here. Ubisoft is releasing the Fate of Atlantis DLC for Odyssey. It's a three-part series, consisting of Fields of Elysium, Torment of Hades and Judgment of Atlantis. You can upgrade 3 of your existing skills to become far more powerful. The player can enter the gates of Atlantis that occur in the original game and help the lost souls, Poseidon, and learn the titular fate of the lost city. We don't give away spoilers, well, maybe just one. It was in the trailer, so not really a spoiler. You meet and fight Cerberus, which is definitely enough to make your 3 heads spin. Dead Kings. Assassin's Creed Unity. Is this who we killed for, or was this all for someone else again? Unity is definitely an underrated game in the Assassin's Creed world, perhaps due to its rocky start, which was delayed and involved some early technical issues that required a patch on day 1, which isn't a good look. However, despite some shortcomings, the game is thoroughly enjoyable and the movement engine is excellent. The first DLC version, Dead Kings, was even offered for free by Ubisoft as a sort of apology for the early mishaps. A continuation of the narrative of the original game, the DLC sees Arnaud Dorian track down a piece of Eden and subsequently prevent it from falling into the greedy hands of Napoleon Bonaparte. It's nice to see Arnaud doing his part to secure the artifact. Much like his predecessors, many have died, but if you survive, you'll discover the secrets buried in our past. Legacy of the First Blade. Assassin's Creed Odyssey saw more than a 3. The 3 episodes tell of the first use of the famous Hidden Blade and also serve to continue the overarching story about the origins of the Assassin Brotherhood. In addition to these important details, the DLC also includes a continuation of the story of the Eagle Bearer, who settles down and has a child. Elpidios quickly gets into danger, because this is Assassin's Creed. All in all, this DLC has a nice story arc and allows the player to spend some more quality time with the Eagle Bearer. As long as they exist, we'll never be safe. Send them all. Wrath of the Druids. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but it'll need all its kingdoms to save it. Other Dark Lords had. There is only one move to cover Valhalla. Much like many other titles in the franchise, has a lot of potential ground. When it comes to its historical time, the Vikings spread out and conquered many territories. Wrath of the Druids tells of a Viking visit to Ireland and ties in Celtic lore with the Children of Danu, a druidic cult. The Children of Danu make the poison, but they also have the cure. I pray the spirits guide you. The DLC continues the format of the original game. When Aveir passes through the Irish, the landscape wins the favor of the Gaelic royalty. Frankly, we're all for the continued use of the badass battle axe. Freedom Cry. Assassin's Creed for Black Flag. The sooner Augustine's revolution comes, the sooner all the slaves will live in peace. In many Assassin's Creed games, we meet side characters that we like. Freedom Cry allows us to spend a little time with the Jackdaw's former first officer, Adewale. The story of the add-on module takes place in the years 1735 to 1737, a little more than 10 years after the events of Black Flag. The governor can't go on like this. They can't give up the goal of independence. It's a pretty standalone title and has nothing to do with our old friend Edward Kenway, although there are small allusions to the following title, Assassin's Creed Rogue, in which Adewale makes an appearance. Freedom Cry sees its protagonist try to bring down the slave trade in the Caribbean. The world will remember the cry for freedom. Jack the Ripper. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Smile and be polite, or I'll tell the Ripper where you sleep. My beauties, if history teaches us anything, it's that everyone knows or has heard of Jack the Ripper, even though we don't know his identity. Assassin's Creed puts its own twist on the legendary story and makes Jack a member of the British Brotherhood of Assassins. In the Ubisoft version, Jack becomes power-hungry and impatient with Jacob Fry's leadership role in the Rook Street Gang. Jack sees his power over the gang, but is still not satisfied with his infamous murder spree, in which the real Ripper murdered a string of prostitutes in the Whitechapel district, comes in the form of this version of Jack murdering assassins disguised as ladies of the night. This version gets points for originality and creativity. Fix me, I am the solution. The Da Vinci Disappearance. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Leonardo. If there's one thing fans of Ezio's trilogy can say, it's that there's always room for more Da Vinci. The Disappearance of Da Vinci was a DLC for the fan-favorite Brotherhood and took place within the story of the original game between sequences 8 and 9. In it, Ezio searches for Da Vinci's lost paintings to find the entrance to the Temple of Pythagoras or Heath Icarus. If you've played Odyssey, of course, you're familiar with Pythagoras. Reminds me that Da Vinci was kidnapped by a cult, the Hermetics, who want the temple for themselves. Ezio helps his old friend Leonardo, and the player gets to solve some puzzles with the famous artist and innovator. What wouldn't we give for Ezio? Am I right, my friend? I'm coming, Dawn of Ragnarok Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Every day we see our numbers dwindle. The trains are leaving and not returning. Valhalla has released 3 expansion packs. The third is Dawn of Ragnarok, which will be released in March 2022. Join Aveir as Odin in the mythological world that was featured in the original game. As mentioned earlier, there are countless ways to explore mythology, and Nordic mythology is just as rich in material. Aveir Odin travels the mythological landscape on a Viking adventure and in search of the salvation of Baldur, Odin's son. Like Ubisoft's past worlds, it naturally includes the usual skins and outfit packs, because even though we're assassins, we're all fashionistas at heart, who look good. Aber for Belda, I would all 9 kingdoms. Curse of the Pharaohs. Assassin's Creed Origins in the land of the undead didn't let everything rest, because they couldn't let Origins go without a form of the Egyptian. Tomb Curse. Right, Curse of the Pharaohs refers to the alleged curses from real life. The archaeologists infested in the DLC Bayek of Siwa must track down the cause of the angry spirits of deceased pharaohs unleashed on the living world. An ancient relic possessed by Isadora, God's wife of Amen. Even the dead seek justice. Curses. This assassin's Vayak travels to Thebes, where there are many opportunities to explore ancient, decaying tombs. Each of the DLC is once again a visually stunning work of art, and Bayek is always welcome on our end consoles. The Tyranny of King Washington. Assassin's Creed 3. After leading the American Revolution, George Washington stepped down from his presidency. Another 3-part episodic DLC that Ubisoft seems to like a lot. Tyranny consists of the infamy, the betrayal, and the redemption. The story explores an alternate reality, in which George Washington goes mad with power and becomes King. Connor in this reality was never Connor Kinway and never had any assassin training and basically starts at 0 skills. He must build up his skills and strength to overthrow the tyrant King Washington. This DLC often gets lost in the hype of the newer games, but we think it's definitely worth a look. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, there's more to come.